Yeah, that was obviously, thrilled to get the win there. Just able to kind of grind out, road game there. Third straight road game, all in the kind of the Midwest, and I think third one in less than a week. Phil,
Yep.
just
7 days.
won that with just with toughness and the guys showing real grit and heart. It was obviously we didn't play a clean game, and after a really good start, but credit to Paul. Those guys played really, really hard. It's a really athletic team with a couple of excellent front court players. It's really talented perimeter people. So, thrilled to get the win. Obviously, some important winning plays down the stretch there to get us our fourth win, away from Stores. So, obviously thrilled with the week, but the guys certainly didn't have the same pop today. We looked a little tired.
Wayne, you on?
Yeah, Dan, talk about that last stretch there when you scored the last 8 points of the game. DePaul had 6 turnovers in the final 4.5 minutes. What did you do differently that hadn't been working in the first 35 minutes or so?
Yeah, I just think we did a better job of holding the paint. While we were being real aggressive with our ball screen defense, we just did a better job of holding the paint and, being more aggressive. I just think we were a step slow, and, credit those guys. They've got tremendous quickness, but that's what winning teams do. Good teams, the last 4 or 5 minutes of a close game, they rely on their defense.
And then just talk in general about the play of Tyrese and RJ. They really filled the gap of the missing points from James Bouknight.
Yeah, both guys I think made some big plays. I mean, we're obviously missed a number of opportunities, had a hard time at the free throw line. Missed some point blank chances again, which we've got to get better at finishing, or else. We're not going to continue to win. But, yeah, Tyrese was huge. He put behind him, some struggles at the free throw line, and made some timely baskets. And I thought, RJ, too, was a huge three in the corner, really, gave us a lift.
And we talked to RJ after the game, and the first thing he talked about was winning it for Coach Rowe. Can you just address the idea of how you kind of made this a game about winning one for D?
Yeah, what we asked, we asked Coach Moore and Coach Freeman and Coach Salik Brown. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to call him a coach, but we asked those guys, to speak about the impact that man has had on the lives, that amazing man has had on the lives of people, and just what he means to, New England, but specifically UConn. Like a cherished member of the UConn family. And we wanted to, right before we went to bed last night, it was as simple as, we've got to find a way. We know, it's going to be difficult to win your third game in a row on the road, but let's dig down, and what great programs do is they find a way to win a game like tomorrow, and then they dedicate that and they honor Coach Rowe and his family and everything he's meant to UConn and to basketball and to the world, because the world would be in a much better place. We wouldn't have the divisiveness and the hate and suffering if there were more human beings with his kindness.
Dom?
Dan, I know Tyrese transferred because he wanted to test himself in the Big East, and tonight was kind of a typical Big East game, rough and physical. He looked like he was right in his element. Is that kind of what you envisioned when you got him?
Yeah, I mean, when he committed to us at Rhode Island, that recruiting class was, it was a top 25 class in the country. So and Tyrese, we knew we were getting a high major player at Rhode Island. And I think he's just kind of scratching the surface. I think he's just scratching the surface of what he's going to be able to do. And, you know, this time, although it sucks to play without Book and Dre, you know, and then just getting a cook back, this is really good for him to really develop his role in this team and develop confidence.
Dave, Borges?
Yeah, Dan, you know, with obviously Tyrese coming up big, like you said, and RJ, and then the defense stepping up big late. But overall, was this a game where kind of James's absence was felt a lot more so than certainly Butler, and even you know, the Marquette game where he was hurt and didn't play a whole lot? Was his absence really kind of felt tonight more so than before?
Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know, it'll be felt until he returns, but that doesn't mean that you don't win another way. You know, we are going to have to rely on our defense and our rebounding, and at times, obviously, this was our worst rebounding performance next to Creighton. You know, just to start, and most of it happened in the first 15 minutes of the game. They were getting offensive rebounds, it was very discouraging, but I just think we were a step slow, and credit them. But yeah, I mean, there's always a path to victory with James out there. It's not as narrow. I got a kick out of that.
John Fanta?
And I guess to that point,
Congrats on the Browns too. As a Bengal fan, long suffering, very envious and happy for you.
hold on, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate it. When you think about that path narrowing without James, and you think about the fact that you just went on the road 3 straight games in this league, first time you're on the road in this league, and you come away 3-0. You know, what did you see unleashed in your group here in this stretch?
Yeah, that again, I've talked about it, and you know, we returned a number of guys from last year that won a lot at the end of last year. You know, RJ was around the winning, sitting out last year. You know, Tyrese came to us. You know, I had a relationship with him. Plus, Tyrese was coming from a place where he played for an excellent coach. So, you know, and we've got a good group of freshmen. So I just, you know, once you get over that hump of that you go through during a rebuild, where it's just brutality the first year or two, or however long it takes to turn it and develop a winner's mindset, like that landed on us last year, and now you know, it's in the bones of our program.
Gavin?
Dan, how important is it to be able to win in different ways like you did tonight?
Yeah, I mean that's you know, that's what that's what sports is all about. You know, and that's what, you know, emerging teams or good teams or the progress that we've made is you know, you find a way. You know, you find a way to win. You obviously we there were some things that went on. You know, we have the breakaway dunk. Brendan makes a beautiful steal and has a breakaway, and it gets knocked off his foot. The free throws, the point blank shots, the times we were going to offense rebound and score it, and we knocked it out of our hands. There were so many plays that said, like, this wasn't going to be our night, but this group is tough, and they found a way.
Joe Zone?
Dan, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about not playing enough games. Now you've played 3 in a week. Does this break coming up really come at a good time for the team?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a chronic complainer. You know, the Villanova game would have been Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would have been fine, obviously, on Friday. You know, getting back off the road, we get in relatively early because it's an early game today. Yeah, I mean, this was a tough stretch, losing James after game 1 of it. You know, shorten the roster and put more pressure on other people. But so I do think obviously tomorrow we'll know more about James's you know, the length of how long he'll be out tomorrow, and it'll give us a couple of days too to prepare for how we need to play if he's going to miss more time. we didn't have a whole lot of time to organize ourselves on how we need to play offensively with James out. Because it happened, quickly.
Mike Mavrodakis?
Hey, Dan. What kind of impact has RJ Cole's defense had in the last few games? He's kind of turned it up.
Yeah, I mean, he's, in these Big East games, he's been, fantastic on the other team's, point guard. And he's 3 for 9 today, the big three in the corner, made a couple big free throws. Once he gets adjusted to, he's very slick and he's very crafty. And, he's obviously, this is a different monster in terms of the league, but I think he's going to be able to find more of those, 6 for 11 type of games, 15 and 5. But while he's doing that, he stabilizes our team and he's played great defense. Both him and Gaffney, they've really stabilized that position. We got 15 and 5 out of those 2 guys today at the point. So
Charlotte?
Combined.
Just to follow up with Book, you kind of talk about finding out more. Do you anticipate it to be a longer term thing, or do you think he'll be back by the time you guys play next? I think it's Monday or Sunday. And especially not having that Villanova game now kind of works out.
Yeah, I think we'll know more. We have a pretty good idea of where it's heading for him. If he misses time, it won't be a lot of time. If he misses time, it's not going to be. It's not going to be a lot of time. So.
Thank you.
Tyrese, I know that before this season started, you had said, you wanted to move up to the Big East and get up to another level here. How much is a night like this, the closing moments where you've got the ball in your hands and are coming up big for this UConn team, just, what you envisioned when you came to this program?
I mean, I knew coming in here nothing was going to be given to me. Didn't expect the balls to be in my hand at the end of this game at all. It was just, I'm just here to make toughness plays and do what I can do to get this win tonight.
Can you speak to how this team is finding ways to win?
We just practice like maniacs every day. No one in the country practices like us, and I wholeheartedly believe that no one in this country practices like us. So actually, some of the games, it looks crazy, but the games feel easier than practice.
Dave Borges?
Yeah, Tyrese, what's kind of been the mentality just among with you and the team since James has been out? Other guys having to step up. Has that been kind of the challenge for you guys?
Yeah, everybody just has to dig deeper. I mean, with him out, 20 points a game, so everybody just has to dig deeper. Contributions have to come from everybody across the board, and today we had to gut one out.
Any other questions for Tyrese? No, that's it, guys? Oh, Dom, go ahead.
Tyrese, can you just talk about what was said last night and before the game about D-Row and how important it was for the team to win this one, for him?
Oh, yeah. A lot was said about him. I personally didn't get to meet him. Coach Moore talked only great things about him and what he was to UConn basketball. So we just wanted to honor this game with him tonight. It wasn't the prettiest performance, but we knew with our toughness and the way we practiced, we were going to come out on top tonight. And it just meant a lot. And this game was for Coach Rowe and his family.
Andrew Seligman?
Tyrese. Hi, Tyrese. Just in general, what does getting the ranking mean for this program?
It just goes to show that UConn basketball is on its way to what it was. I mean, we're not here to just be satisfied at number 25. We're here to get to be our best come March and wherever that is. So we're just going to keep pushing every day, practicing the way we practice, and eventually we're going to be one of the top teams in this country.
Thank you.
Gavin?
Tyrese, I think you guys forced like 24 turnovers. How have you guys become such a good defensive team? What kind of work have you put in?
I mean, every day in practice, we spend more than half of our practice preaching defense and how high level of every day in practice is paying off. And like I said, coming into the games, nobody practices like us. So with our defensive intensity and everybody locked in, I mean, it just makes it easy. We get out in transition, run, play the game we want to play.
Yeah, RJ, you guys hadn't scored for a while when you hit that corner three, and that kind of like sent you guys into that stretch to end the game. Just how big was that shot? Not just for you, but kind of the whole team seemed to feed off of it.
I think it was a pretty big moment in the game. I was just happy that I would be there for my teammates in that moment. Like you said, we went on a drought. We haven't scored. Tyrese made a good move, and he found me there. So kudos to him. He had faith in me. I was able to knock it down.
Mike Marinakis?
Hey, RJ. What kind of adjustments have you made to improve your defense these past few games? Because you've really kind of ramped it up quite a bit.
I mean, defensively, that's our calling card. And if you ain't playing defense, you're not going to play. So you got to buckle down on all ends. And, I mean, every matchup I have in front of me, I got my work cut out for me. And I don't want to be on the other end of somebody trying to kill me every possession. So I got to make sure that I'm locked in and I'm guarding every possession.
Andrew?
Yeah, hi, RJ. What does that ranking mean to you guys getting into the poll today for the first time in a couple of years? And what was your reaction when you found out?
That ranking, that's Coach Rowe right there. He started it for us. He was happy. He was proud to be a part of UConn. And now we just continue that legacy. We're proud of being UConn, and this is what we work for. We practice hard every day. So being top 25, that means we're one of the best college teams in the country. And that's how we have to approach every day and not let that just settle. And we have to keep working for more. We can't let that just be complacent after that. We have to keep working for more and keep pushing.
Do you see, is it kind of a sign, you think that UConn really is back now?
I mean, we're here. They say it's coming, and we're here now, and everybody keep going. And that's for years to come. It's as long as we keep working hard and doing the things that coach wants us to do, and that starts with defense and toughness, and that's how we play.
Thank you.
Roger, Cleveland?
RJ, what made the difference down the stretch? I mean, you guys were trailing, then you scored the last 8 points of the game over the last 4 minutes, forced a lot of turnovers.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Just what made the difference down the stretch? You guys scored the last 8 points of the game to win it and forced a few turnovers there at the end.
In that last 4-minute war, every time out, every time any pause in the game, a huddle, we came together and we told each other it's about stops now. It's about toughness. And in order for us to close out this game, we have to stay together and continue to do the things that we know how to do and finish each possession. We weren't finishing possessions before, and we were able to close those possessions out with our defense and our toughness.
Charlotte?
Hey, RJ, with Book missing the last 2 games and kind of going out the third game, how do you think you guys handled him not being in the game and just making those late adjustments?
I think we've been handling it pretty well. Book was missing. That's a lot of scoring for us and good defense from him. But, I mean, we have a pretty deep team, and that's our biggest thing about us. Any given night, someone else could step up, and so that's what we've been doing. Someone's been stepping up to take his place, and that's what we're going to continue to do until we figure out when he comes back.
What do you think, that says about where the team is at this year compared, you were on the bench last season, just kind of watching, but the ability of this group to be able to come out and do that on a road trip especially?
I just think that speaks to our togetherness and our accountability for each other. When one man goes down, that means the next man steps up. And that's how we've been playing. That's how we've been practicing. Just because our best player goes out, we can't sit here and sulk. We all got to just pick up that slack and keep moving because that's how we are.